blessings of Founder Chairman RLJIT, we would like to start this inauguration of 7th International Conference on Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning, and Advances in Engineering, Science and Technology.
A warm good morning to one and all present here. I request all the dignitaries to be seated on the dais, and I request our principal sir to escort the dignitaries to the dais.
To begin this auspicious occasion, I invite Veda Pranita and Guru to invoke the Almighty with a holy sacred hymn.
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमस्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रभराय गुरवे गुरगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसराराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरितात्रे गुरुपागण्डकण्टकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमत्ताय बोधयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
Today,
Thank you, God.
today, this entire world is running behind the automated system to attenuate work pressure on human brain and physical stress.
This AI and ML plays a vital role towards this technology. AI is used in every aspect like voice assistance, image recognition, ML-based financial fraud detection, and many more. Currently, it's been a part in our daily life. Today, we have gathered here to witness the latest trends and researches in AI and ML in the field of engineering science and technologies under the umbrella of RLJIT Institute of Technologies.
Now, I would like to honor our chief guest, Mr. Ramana Gowda V. Nadagowda sir, with a flower bouquet. I request our Vice Chairman, Sri J. Rajendra sir, to honor him. Thank you, sir.
I would like to honor our keynote speaker, Dr. Jayavardhan Buddi sir. And I would like to request our principal, Dr. V. Vijay sir, to welcome him. I would like to welcome Amamanda Brother sir for this event, and I would like to request our principal, Dr. V. Vijay Kartik sir, to welcome him.
Moving forward, I request our beloved principal, Dr. P. Vijay Kartik sir, to welcome the dignitaries.
Very good morning to everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all on the 7th International Conference organized by a prestigious institution, RLJIT Technology, in association with the sponsorship of Union Bank of India, Durgapur. We are very much encouraged to see that two eminent personalities, Mr. Ramana Gowda V. Nadagowda, Deputy Director, Integration, Church Area, UR Rao, Satellite Center, Bengaluru. Welcome, sir. And next, we cordially welcome Mr. Jayavardhan Gobi, Principal Scientist of TCS, Tata Consultant Services, Bengaluru, as a keynote speaker for the today's event. We welcome you, sir. And we welcome Mr. Alumni Giradhar from TCS for his participation in the activity of our chairman, Sri Nagar sir, and secretary, Mr. Alumni sir. And we cordially welcome our honorable vice chairman, Sri J. Rajendra sir, Sri Devarajan Education Trust for and we welcome our Director of Quality Assurance and R&D Director, Dr. Srinivas Reddy sir, for this we welcome our Professor Rao Reddy sir, Director of HRD, and all the heads of department, teaching faculty and non-teaching faculty with us for this international conference here. This objectives of this international conference is maximize the learning and learning the new technologies and cutting-edge technologies and promoting research culture in the institution. For your information, we have received more than 70 plus papers, research papers for this international conference. Out of that, we got surveyed 167 papers here and cultivating new perspectives in the campus. And social media is an argument in which the distance are the major issues, and but we can't able to replace this face-to-face communication. This kind of conference provokes our emotions and put a soul into every knowledge sharing here. And we have received more than 67 papers from various states, even from USA also received papers. And thank you for your kind support. And we are organizing more than taking 5 technical events like project presentation, idea presentation, and this creative idea groups and poster presentations in our conference. And more than 150 registrations has been carried out by various parts of Bangalore. More than 2 students are participating in today's international conference. We thank you all very much. And the last is, all the conference proceedings will be published in the International Journal of Advanced Research in Science and Communication Technology. So today it will get published in this journal. So I really thank all the editorial team and organizing team, publication chairs, everyone for organizing this conference a grand success. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Now I welcome our beloved principal, Dr. RLJIT sir, for this event.
Stepping towards right side of session, I request all the dignitaries to come together to light the lamp. Thank you, everyone.
Now I would like to invite our Vice Chairman, SDUT Kola and Director, RLJ Group of Institutions, Sri J. Rajendra sir, to speak a few words about this occasion.
Good morning to one and all persons over here. I seek in the divine blessings of our former chairman, founder chairman, and former central minister and Karnataka minister, and my father, RLJIT. So, and at the same time, I would like to convey the best wishes from my present chairman, J. Nagaraja, and Secretary Namantaraju due to their occupied works, they couldn't be able to attend this program. So today's chief guest, Sri Ramanagowda Nadagodaji, Deputy Director, Integration and Checkout Area, Inauguration Satellite Center, and one more great personality, keynote speaker of today, Dr. Jayavardhan Gowri, Principal Scientist, Tata Consultancy Services, Bangalore, and one more guest, Mr. Giridhar, and patrons, the patron of our function, Dr. B. Vijay Karthi, Principal of this esteemed institution, Dr. M. Srinivasa Reddy, Director, Quality in Academics and R&D, RLJIT, Dr. Babu Reddy, NS Director, HRD, Placement, RLJIT Group, Dr. Shivprasad, Vice Principal, so, and all the other our teaching faculty, HODs, students. This gives me an immense pleasure to be with you on this auspicious occasion, that is international conference about artificial intelligence, machine learning and advances in engineering sciences and technologies in association with Union Bank of India. Nowadays, artificial intelligence and machine learning is developing rapidly, and its applications can be found in almost every field. Artificial intelligence is one such technology that has been used a lot by people in recent times. It is the intelligence acquired by computers and machines to work, think, evaluate and solve problems, just like humans. It provides insights and data analysis faster and enhances our decision-making abilities. We are at the beginning of a golden age of artificial intelligence. Recent advancement has already led to inventions that previously lived in science fiction, and we have only started the surface of what is possible. My heartfelt thanks to the chief guest, Sri Ramanagowda, Sri Nadagoda, and the keynote speaker, Dr. Jayavardhan Gowri, for accepting our invitation and sharing the dais. I suggest all the participants to address the real-time problem and the solution for the same. Whatever we do, we should not harm anybody's livelihood. At the same time, it should be a catalyst to the society. Thank you all and make this event successful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A warm welcome to various institutions principal Dhananjaya sir and Ravi sir and manager Ravi Kumar sir to the event.
Now I request our chief guest, Sri Ramanagowda sir, and our keynote speaker, Mr. Jayavardhan Gowri sir, to release the proceedings of today's international conference.
Thank you, everyone. Now I would like to thank. Uh, Now I would like to thank our vice chairman. Now I would like to thank our vice chairman SDUVP Kolar and director RLJ Group of Institutions, Sri Rajendra sir, for your presence. I request Principal Dr. Vijay Karthik sir to honor him with a bouquet. Thank you for his presence, and because of his busy schedule, he is leaving the event now. I would like to invite our Secretary SDUVP Kolar, Sri E.G. Hanumantaraju sir, to share his insights about this occasion.
Now, I request the chief guest for today's event, Sri Ramana sir, to address the gathering. Please.
Anyway, why do you arrange that? Why start? That now we can reply it. So this arrangement. Anyway, hearty congratulations, compliments, and thanks for arranging such a nice international conference on such a nice emerging field, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning and all advances in technology. So this is a very, very relevant field, and the importance of this is because if you work in this area, it will bring benefit to every field, and it will help us in finding cost-effective solutions. Because looking at the data, you will draw a lot of inferences, and this will help in really finding out cost-effective solution for the problems of man and society. So I once again really appreciate the effort of all involved, including the management of RLJIT Institute of Technology, the principal and his team, and the students who really took all the pain to make this arrangement. And I advise the student community and the targeted audience to make the best use of this conference, interact with the people who are presenting here, and find opportunities for yourself. And actually, you students are the future of this country, and you have a big hidden talent to think and find solutions. Not only finding solutions, we have to find cost-effective solutions. That is the requirement of the day. If we are not able to find cost-effective solution, someone else will find solutions, and he will make use of the opportunity, and we will miss that opportunity. So that is the challenge we have in the present day, and it is all possible. See, what about this presentation? Yes, sir. Okay. These things you can have some photographs, and then you can see. Actually, from my organization, it was a mandate that I have to deliver one lecture on account of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which we have been celebrating for the last 1 year. Very effectively and very nicely we have been celebrating. And I had to give this lecture in many of the educational institutions. Then I was exploring, and I was extremely busy also, because you know in ISRO it is a busy time and peak time now. We have one Chandrayaan 3 which is about to land on moon, and it is on its journey, and every minute, every instant we have to monitor. Something we miss, it may result in losing the mission. So that is the criticality we have there. And next we have one more mission getting ready called Aditya, that is observing the sun and knowing about the space weather and understanding it and getting ready to face it. See, first we have to understand, and then we should get ready to face if some coronal mass ejection, some such things can paralyze the whole our information network, and some grids also it can, our grids it can paralyze. So we need to understand. So this is our effort to understand the sun and what impact it has on the solar weather. Okay. Then we also have working on one more mission. ISRO is working on one more mission called NISA, NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar. So it is a joint mission and it is a collaborative mission, collaboration with National Aerospace Administration or Jet Propulsion Laboratory. In that spacecraft, we have our S-band SAR, synthetic aperture radar. The objective of this payload is Earth observation, and by that observation, we can infer so many things. It can observe even millimeter of changes on the surface of Earth, and thereby it can predict earthquakes also. And ice melt, the polar ice melt, then what is happening with respect to climate change, weather change, all these things it has a capability. In that spacecraft, we have one payload of ISRO called S-band SAR. S-band is the frequency range. Like there are engineering students are there, they will understand. 2 gigahertz to 4 gigahertz is a S-band frequency. Then we have one payload of NASA JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, that is called L-band SAR. L-band is something around 1.5 gigahertz frequency there. And both payloads together will make the observatory so that we can draw very nice inferences which are useful for addressing the climate change, because whatever impact climate change has, we have to get ready to deal with it and face it. So this we call it as a science observatory. Almost NASA is spending around $1.2 billion, which means around 10,000 crores NASA is spending. We are spending, launch is by us, and the lift-off mass is around 2,600 kg, and this will be launched somewhere around January, February of next year. And till now, this payload was in JPL, that is Los Angeles, Pasadena, that area we call it Pasadena, because in their laboratory, our payload also went there, and jointly it was tested there, and it was ensured that it is working to specification, and after that, the payload has come in March to our satellite center, which is there in Alumni. We call it as ISAT, ISRO Satellite Integration and Test Establishment. There we have huge facility where simultaneously we can integrate around 18 satellites. The type of facility we have in ISRO center, even NASA was amazed. They were admiring the way we have built the facility. They are one of the world-class facilities, and in our ISAT, ISRO Satellite Integration and Test Establishment, we have all facilities which are required to build the satellite and realize the satellite under one roof. Once subsystems come, for integration and assembling the spacecraft, we need not have to go out. We have to go out only for sending the satellite to the launch pad. So that kind of ecosystem and infrastructure we have built in our ISRO facility. And even the world leaders in this were appreciating our facilities. And as you know, these 25 years, that is from our Amrit Mahotsav, we call it as, next 25 years, we call it as Amrit Kal. And in this Amrit Kal, government and all of us, we have a big responsibility to find solutions to our problems, whatever society has. And especially in the space sector, we have a big opportunity waiting for us. The opportunity is estimated around $1 trillion. So $1 trillion means it is around 80 lakh crores, you can estimate. And even if we are able to take around 10%, that itself will be around 8 lakh crores, which is a very big opportunity, and it will be a very big step in nation building. Even now, presently also, so before I take you through what opportunities we have and challenges we have, let me tell about the ISRO journey, how it started about 50 years back. And in these 50, actually, I am working in UR Rao Satellite Center. UR Rao was our founder director. He is the one who started satellite activity in India. And you all know Dr. Vikram Ambalal Sarabhai is called the father of space technology in India. He is the one who started space technology and related activity. He started in the year 1963 itself. Actually, he was a very rich person. For him, there was no need to do all these things. But he had concern for the society. He was convinced that space technology has the capability to find solutions to the real problems of society and common man, and be better. Then he gathered like-minded people and he launching station. So there he convinced them, because we didn't know anything to start work in this field. At that time he had the vision. That is why we call such people as visionaries. So he convinced that Trivandrum, that Tumba region, that turns, we call it as a Vedi area, that is very, very appropriate and conducive for making research in upper atmospheric studies, for which sounding rockets were required. And sounding rockets, also we didn't have, we bought from French, and convinced them that if you do here, you can infer more results and more outcome will be there. And accordingly, he was that kind of tall personality who had contact with all the leaders, political circles, and whatever he said, the whole country supported, and even the policy makers and leaders supported. And that is how the space activity began in our country. Right, change this? See, just I will tell what he has been. He felt we must be second to none in the applications of advanced technology to the real problems of man and society. He was the one who founded many educational institutions also. You must be aware, IIM Ahmedabad was founded by him. And we have a physical research laboratory who are doing the leading work in the fundamental science. See, fundamental science is very, very important for the country's growth. Yeah. So this is, he dreamt of this. He he was a visionary, and this was his belief that technology should find solutions and it should make living better for every citizen of our country. See, this was another goal. Our national goals involve leapfrogging from a state of economic backwardness and social disabilities, attempting to achieve in a few decades a change which has historically taken centuries in other lands. This involves innovation at all levels. So now I want to stress about the innovation, out of the box thinking, why it is relevant, especially in our country. Because we are not economically very sound. So now only anyway, we are fifth largest economy in the world and we are improving, but according to the population also is there. So it was very important to find innovative solutions, cost-effective solutions. Then only it will be viable. Otherwise, you will not find people to support it. Then progress will not happen. That was the thing, and that is the thing we drove in the country, and that is how, from the stage of carrying a rocket on a bicycle, now we have come to a level of most sophisticated facility, and we have worked in all related fields. We have technology in the in rockets, we have technology in building the basic instruments, and also we have technology in building the spacecraft and related infrastructure. Everything we have built, and we have come to certain level of preparedness. See, if you have seen Abdul Kalam telling, strength respects strength. If you have strength only, somebody will come to work with you. And these are the fields where, if you work in an isolated way, the progress will not come fast. If you want the progress to happen fast, you have to collaborate and you have to share the cost. Then nobody will come to work with you unless you also have something to give. You should have something to give. They find that you have the strength, then only they will come. That is why you are finding ISRO working with European Space Agency, JAXA, Japanese Space Agency, then Central Space Guidance, that is part of the European Space, Canadian Space Agency, and World Leader NASA also. As I told you in the beginning, we are working on a joint mission. We call it as a science observatory, and accordingly you have built the instruments. But capability and talent should be there in the country to analyze that and infer results and use it for finding solutions. So parallelly, we must all be happy that in the country that capability is there and that talent is there, and you all students, you will be the future of this country, and you also have the talent. Only you have to retrospect and you have to bring it up. And the right kind of opportunities are there in this country right now, and the situation is very, very conducive. Kindly, I am telling you, please get involved and do the required kind of hard work and think, innovate and find solutions and make a good use of it. And along with your innovation and implementation, you also grow with that. I wish you all to have a fruitful, meaningful role in all these activities. It need not be space activity. Wherever you go, you think, you innovate, you find cost-effective solutions. Then only we will survive. If our solutions are effective, we cannot survive. We will extinct. One who finds the cost-effective solution, he will make use of all those things. Even also, from the beginning, we have involved all industries across the country in our activities. Almost around 600 industries are working with us, making some component or fabrication. Even he is from Tata. He knows how much Tata is involved. There is one company called Tata Advanced Materials Limited. So that is the place from which we get all composites. Because in space, To build systems, you have to use very lightweight materials. So composite materials and all are fabricated by Tata Advanced Materials. Like that, both the L&T will make the rocket casing for our ISRO. So like that, we have involved every industry so that it will provide employment to so many people. And so many people, 90% of our budget gets spent in the industry. And that is the way they contribute for our ecosystem. Yeah. So you see, from the age of zero infrastructure, you are seeing our first branches to the all everywhere. And this is how we move. In the dawn of space age is written there. 4th October was the day on which the first man-made satellite was launched into space by Russians called Sputnik. So in 6 years, the activity started in India. See, that time we didn't have food, we had enough problems. Just in 47 we have got independence. Unless we had visionaries like Vikram Sarabhai, this activity would not have started. And if that had not started, at that time we would not have had the preparedness what we have today. And I would not be standing here, and country's progress also probably would not have been to this level. So that is the importance of visionaries and thinkers in any development of the nation. So this is what you see here. And I must say here, every leader, irrespective of the party, they supported the ISRO activities. See, some would have supported more or less, but everybody supported. So there was no party or a leader who didn't support, because they were also convinced that it is benefiting the society. So, and that is one more reason. The activity of ISRO was benefiting every citizen of the country, because even to assess the fertility of the land, and during disasters to assess the damage and how much of area it is inundated by the floods, and what kind of relief measures we have to take, and also advanced weather warning systems, cyclone and all. When cyclone comes, earlier we were seeing lakhs of people are dying, but presently we are able to predict cyclones and give the information in advance, and we have an ecosystem in the country by governments and all, so they will evacuate the people who are likely to be affected and who will lose their lives, and that is how the cost is almost reduced now. So these are some of the things. First instance, you think why we have to spend this much, why we are going to moon, what we will find out, and why we have to put that kind of money, because to make Chandrayaan almost second mission we are spending around 600 crores. 600 crores is nothing for our country, because and 140 crore population, for everyone it will cost only 5 rupees. But you have to think about the benefit in the long term. See, advancement in this field, we cannot be left behind. We don't know what kind of situations we face in future. We don't know really. So, if we don't work in this area, we will become victims of the situations that we face. There won't be any preparedness how to face it. So, if you work in this field, it will trigger development in every area, in the medical field, the imaging systems, so many things in the medical field, and even in the transportation, communication, everywhere it will drive, and it will make living better. See, what is our ultimate objective? We all have to live happily and lead a meaningful and happy life, right? So this kind of investment, and the investment you do for advancement of fundamental science as well as this applications science like building rockets, satellites, and understanding our universe and our surroundings, it will help in the long run. Immediately it will not help, and it will help in creating interest among who are our next people who are going to work, our students. So among the student community, it will create that kind of interest, because simply without, if you don't see any outcome, they also will not get interest. So when you see here, ISRO activity is really helping. They also will get interested, they will get inspiration. So that is the kind of example. Yeah, you were all seeing, this was the age in 1963, we were carrying rocket on a desk. And our activity first started in a church. And Dr. Vikram Sarma, he spoke to the father of the church and convinced him it is important this place to give for this activity. He needs to give a lot of development will happen, which will help for the progress of the country. And there were a lot of fishermen there. Through the father, he convinced the fishermen also to evacuate the place and give it for this space research. And later, ISRO found the technology how to identify a zone where fish is available, all those things. And all these things are happening by technology. Through our satellite, we are observing, we are able to make out where fish potential is large, and we have found some instrument which is fitted to the fisherman, and in a easily understandable way to the fisherman in his local language, information will come. You are here, you go in this direction, you can easily catch the fish. And also it will alert if we are crossing the international borders, because if we cross the international borders, we can be taken by the other nations, which is under that. So it will give an alert. All those technologies are coming. Can you see here how ISRO found the solution, which is useful? It is a living for those people. Like that, in e-governance, planning, and how much food grains are used. All these things will be able to, how much cultivation can happen, and how is the health of the crops, everything we will be able to assess. And you assume some government schemes are there, somewhere they have to build some check dams and some irrigation in the forest area, in the slopes, they have to put some check dams and enable cultivation. Government scheme money is getting spent, but really it is not practical also to go and find out there really whether that work can happen. Whether by our remote sensing, by our space activity, we can find out really how much work they have done. So this fear itself will make the people, it will alert them not to do resort to some fraud and activity and do the work. So these are all the benefits. And who you are seeing here, you may be surprised. He is Abdul Kalam, sitting there, and he is one of our directors, Arwamudan. He is no more, both are no more. We know Abdul Kalam died when he was delivering speech in IIT Guwahati. So you see, for such noble people, how the end also will come. God also is very kind to them. See, while our work only, he is like. So this is the church where I told you the activities started. So I was telling you, fishermen and all were there who vacated the place, and subsequently they were benefited by our work. See, Vikram Sarabhai, he was a big thinker and visionary. He felt that in our country, this communication satellites, this mass education program, it will benefit like that he thought. Then he convinced the Americans, and he got the services of our satellite called advanced technology systems. Then some 2,400 villages were connected, and very informative programs were broadcast, and it was very informative and very useful to bring and make them aware what is happening in the country, what all schemes are there, and to educate them. It was very useful. So this is what we have did, using the ATS, advanced technology, and it is called a satellite instructional television experiment. which happened 1975 to 76, around so many people. Yeah, you can see use of American satellite for experiment. 2004 villages, 400 villages were covered with direct reception system, and this is what happened, and that is the type of benefit the country got. So we have satellite, we have built systems for every application, weather prediction, then earth observation, resources monitoring, to help in power plants. For every application, we have four solutions. And in many of our satellites, they are multi-purpose satellites because we have to be cost effective. Then only government will support us. So that is how innovation is important. That is how ISRO innovated, and that is how ISRO is in the heart and mind of every citizen of our country. We have the blessing of our countrymen. So what more you need more than that to derive inspiration and contribute more for the purpose of the country, and that is what is happening with ISRO. I am not telling that ISRO is only the organization. Every organization, TCS, I told you, mentioned both the 600 organizations, and we found vaccine also. Where you work is not important. Wherever you work, your attitude should be good, your intention should be noble, and you should give your best. Once you start thinking on that, automatically ideas will come, and automatically people will support. Once benefit is there, people will support, and that is how it will continue. And together, all of us in this Amrit Kaal, by the end of that, let us aim to be the top economy in the world. About the cyclone and all, I have both near real-time solutions. Then, you can change this slide. So this is what the host of capabilities we built over a period of time. Yeah, enabling access to basic services, healthcare, telemedicine, tele-education. These are very successful programs of the country where many students across India they benefited. And also telemedicine. Even a person who is there in a remote village, he has access to the best talent and best medical research in the world. So remotely you can guide and do the operations also, and you can do it. So these are all enabling happen because of, I am not telling only ISRO, so many, it is the ecosystem, infrastructure, together only we are more strong, right? So together only we have to work and enable the country to become Atmanirbhar and make more and more progress. Gagan was our program to find a solution for our precise landing of the aircraft. See, we have a navigation program like GPS. Our constellation is called as Navik. We have established that. Using Navik and Gagan, some payload which will be embedded in the aircraft, you can plan your route as well as you can do precise landing. Actually, Indigo aircraft was the first one which used our this Gagan system and did a precise landing, and that is interesting. And so many applications are there. Next. You can go to PMZ is potential fishing zones. I already explained about that. Go to next. Then this Earth observation, you should have capability to observe in various bands. That is optical band, visible band, and then in the microwave, because in the visible band you can observe only during daytime. Lighting conditions are required. Whereas active remote sensing is by microwave, using the microwave, it is like taking photo with a flash camera. So you illuminate, and based on the reflection, you will infer what are the features on the Earth. So we have spacecrafts which can image in the microwave band, infrastructural band, infrared band, everything. We have the host of satellites, and we can merge all these inputs and derive meaningful inferences for doing agriculture, then your produce management, distribution, and also for statistic application to guard our models. Actually, here I want to tell you, in 2018, a requirement came from the country, from our defense forces, that we need to guard our borders, monitor our borders, and every hour we need to have information whether any infiltration is happening or maybe some large buildup of infrastructure is happening around our borders. This information we should have. And they came up with the requirement that ISRO should build satellites to do this. Then that time we didn't have the ability to build such a satellite. Earlier in 2009, we had procured one satellite from ISRO. And again we approached them because the requirement was a sudden requirement. And there was no way we could support because that time technology was not there. Then we called those people who had provided that solution to our headquarters. Our chairman was there, everybody was there. We asked them, we need to satellites to do this activity. So we want you to build in the next 1 year. Those were the people who had already built. When we asked them, they told, we start any activity only after you give a firm order. To build such a system, we need minimum 4 years. Then our chairman told that Shivam was there, I was also there in our conference. Then Dr. Shivam told, if you can give in 1 year, I can convince the government. And for that cost also they told 10,000 crores. Then they told no, we cannot, there is no way we can do it. We need that much of time. Then that time our chairman, he told, if you can't find solution, our people will do it. We didn't have anything, but still he had that much of confidence in our team across ISRO. And due to his confidence, in the next 2 years, and I was designated as project director for realizing those satellites. And 2018 we started, the project team was formed, I was designated as the project director. And in 2 years, across ISRO, we built all technologies required to do that and established a constellation of 3 satellites in orbit within a span of 2 years. So this is what happened. So nothing, see, collectively, if we have the collective will, enthusiasm and a will to do it, nothing is impossible, and only sky is only the limit. And all this we did only in 1,000 crores. Actually for 2 satellites only they asked us 1,000 crores, but we did establish a constellation of 3 satellites in 1,000 crores and in 2 years. So, but teams across ISRO worked very hard and they found innovative solutions, and this is what happened. So, and when you do such things, no, you will get more and more inspiration and encouragement, because you see that people are benefited, country is benefited, and you will have the satisfaction that you had a very satisfying and gratifying journey. So these will reinforce that inspiration. So the satellite I am talking about now, these are some glimpses of the satellite during the build phase. All this happened in our UR satellite center. So this is called RLJIT. This actually this satellite and all we have to build just in all phases. First we call it as a open node IST. Okay, means where systems are spread across the panels and electrically they are connected. Then once we get the confidence that yes, it is functioning, we assemble and bring it to a final configuration and test it there. Then some surprises can be there at that level, because all systems are closer and some interference and all can come. So you have to deal with that and find solution and move forward. And please remind me when it is time and when I have to stop, please remind me. So I will stop at the time. Actually, I forgot one thing. Even though we did all these things, we cannot be complacent. Because even though we did that, we met our requirement, but it was not the cost-effective solution. At the same time, there were systems elsewhere in the world which were doing this function, and the weight of that was almost 1/8 of our satellite. Okay, and power it takes to do that also almost 1/4. So, okay, there was an urgent requirement, there was no alternative way, we had system and capability, we met our requirement. But we cannot continue like that unless we innovate and find cost-effective solutions. We will vanish, we will perish, we cannot exist. Because someone will come and the people will choose it. No? The world recognizes the winner, correct? So we have to, it is not sufficient that we win once and keep quiet. We have to win, and that is how the world is. And I would like to especially mention the students here, because you have lots of opportunities in the country. Not that you have to go to foreign countries now. In the country itself, lot of opportunities are there, talent is there, you have people to guide you, only you have to work, and you have to have commitment and dedication. Automatically the thought will come and you will do it. And once you achieve that, no, looking back, you yourself will be surprised. Oh, really, I only did all these things, like that you will be surprised. And just here, I would like to mention one incident which happened when Abdul Kalam went to a school in Hyderabad. He asked one child, what is your dream? What do you want to happen in the country? What is your dream? Like that he asked the child. The child told, see, now I am seeing here in Hyderabad, people standing in queue for visa to go to US for study and all. So I want US people to stand in queue to come to India for study. So, this is, you see how thoughts will come in a child's mind. That is how all thoughts will come in you. You are the future leader. You are the people who are going to drive the nation. So, there is, sky is also not the limit for what you can achieve. And this what child desire, definitely is going to happen in at the end of our breakdown. So, this is how also even in India, how this advancement in space technology, that thought came to because then we plan thought and action. These are the only means how to achieve any progress. So these are, yeah. Here, can we play this? This is the, you see, if possible you play, otherwise people can watch it. I told you, my second satellite, sound will come from here.
High-level dignitaries who witnessed this lawless
address to the nation.
C-46
First satellite was launched.
lift-off and subsequent injection of the spacecraft into the precise orbit and subsequent full-optional deployments, my senior colleagues and my dearest RISAT-2B team members who have realized the spacecraft in a record time of 15 months and with their highest level of commitment, dedication, everyone has given their best, and I thank PSLV and PSLV team for injecting RISAT-2B in a precise orbit. Well begun is half done, and RISAT-2B has started its journey in the orbit, and it is going to perform, and it is going to change the way we do remote sensing and put it to use for disaster management and national development. The RISAT-2B spacecraft comprises of bus module, payload module, and on top of the payload module, a highly complex and technologically excellent 3.6 meter deployable radial antenna, which was also developed in a record time.
And payload has lot of complex technologies, high power transmission, that is 2 kilowatts of pulse power was derived from SSPAs with 8 SSPAs combined power with the Butler matrix, high power circulator switch, and a host of complex technologies. And similarly, the bus system was there to support this agility requirement and the mission requirements. My salutations and gratitude to my dearest RSR2B team. Each one of them have given their best and contributed to realize this mission in a short time of 15 months, which any other best industry also would have taken not less than 4 years to realize this mission. I thank the management of ISRO for giving me this opportunity to lead the team and contribute my best. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Anyway, actually after 2 hours launch also I addressed the nation. I think it may bore you. I will not play that. You can see it later. Okay, go. Can you go to the next? And don't play this. This one I want to tell you. In that satellite, I told you I built a constellation of 3 satellites. I cannot tell I built them. It is my team actually. Because these are all teamwork. One person cannot do the work. Unless that orchestrated and collective effort is there, nothing will happen. See, one problem with rocket is, if you miss one thing, it will result in failure. There is no scope for failure here. The space is very hard. Whereas in satellite, you have some time to think. If you have gone wrong, also it will be already you can correct it. Whereas, especially rocket technology, if you have missed something, but it will be end of mission and it will be verified. We have to be extremely careful in this. And for realizing these 3 satellites, we said we did it in 2 years. One antenna was required, 2.6 meter diameter antenna was required. So, in the world only one is there, and they will also not supply. They will deny supply. They will tell you why the satellite was. Let our team realize this satellite, this antenna. You have to procure which is not 600 crores. Our team has probably realized that all 3 antennas for 3 satellites is 50 crores. And even for that also we use the local industries in our application. Here we use a lot of mechanical engineers, motors, and you need here. Can you play this video? See, this video is captured in orbit when this antenna was deployed in orbit now. So that time it was captured by our. Here also you can give the sound. This is available in the public domain also. It is for outreach and publicity. You can see in the background clouds and some land also you may see. and after gold plating, this thread has to be knitted like a cloth. So that gold plating and knitting, it was done in US. After that, it was supplied to us. Our index cost was 12 crores, but it was supplied in 12 crores. And you see the integrity of the people also. If somebody wants to play with it, they can do it. So this is what I am telling you. That kind of good culture and wishes and blessings of our elders are there, who are in the class. And the spirit of them is what is driving this road. Not only ISRO, all the many good people, everywhere it is happening. They are contributing their best in the education field. You are contributing in the AIML field. We are contributing in the satellite field. Like that. That is nothing but it is progressive. And this nature and attitude only has to become more and more. Then only the country will come that progress. That is what I wanted to say. Anyway, we have, I will wind up in the next 5 minutes. So we have a lot of exciting missions coming around. We have the Gaganyaan program. We were supposed to do it in our Amrit Vash, that is 2022. But anyway, you know, worldwide was pandemic, and then some budget also was cut. And see, once you see, that is where the leaders and planning will come into picture. See, budget should not have been cut. Even though it would have been, because for the country, no, this is nothing actually. 10,000 crores is nothing for the country. But to see the type of benefit it will give to the congress. So if we had done this, no, it will propel growth in many areas, the medical field, every field. And if you are not mastering those technologies, nobody will come forward to work with you. If you don't have the talent and capability matching them, if they don't have anything to take from you, why at all they will come forward to work with you? They will only sell it. They will not sell technology. They will sell the product. So that is why it's very important. But anyway, we are working on it. Maybe in another 1 or 2 years, we will have an Indian man or woman will go into the space, and this program will not stop. It will be a continuing program, and we will be subsequently doing our space station. Anyway, once again, I urge and request the students who are the future of this country and my country, future of the world, to give your best, contribute your best, think, have a good attitude, have also the attitude of gratitude. It is important to network yourself, because if you do in an isolated way, progress will not happen fast. And progress is not happening fast, what will happen? It will demoralize you. You will not get that encouragement. That is why you please be connected, establish contacts, and please collectively let us do work, and let us pray that everybody will bless us and we will progress. Yeah, that is what I wanted to tell you. We should have attitude of gratitude. Like this RLJIT, he is the one, visionary, who thought that this kind of infrastructure is required, institutions are required. He thought, you see the benefit of that thought, how many people are behind it? That is how the work of visionaries will benefit everybody and make living.
Thank you, sir. It was fascinating and it was mind-blowing. Thank you, sir. I would like to request our head of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Dr. Anil Kumar, sir, to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Jayavardhan Mukherjee, sir.
Thank you, madam. It's a very warm wishes, Dr. Shri. It's a privilege to introduce Jayavardhan, sir. It's a privilege
privilege to introduce Jayawardhan sir. He has been graduated from one of the prestigious institutions, BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore, with the specialization of medical economics. Then he obtained his doctoral degree from University of Melbourne, and he has served our prestigious IIC Bangalore as well at various cadres. And presently, he is a principal scientist, and as well as he served as senior scientist and a scientist. And he has served more than a decade in Australia as well at the University of Melbourne. And his specialization basically from signal processing, pattern recognition, and as well as computer vision. And it's our great honor to have today, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request our keynote speaker, Mr. Jayawardhan sir, for to give away the keynote speech.
Yeah. Very good afternoon. Sorry about bit of a delay in getting things connected. First of all, thanks for inviting me to the conference. We heard a wonderful talk from the chief guest today, and when I was 21, 22, I had an opportunity to rub the shoulders with Abdul Kalam, and probably that inspiration, it was a long, long time. So they have all been great inspiration. I think this generation is more familiar with rocket boys than the way we thought about Vikram Sarabhai and others, right? So there's a lot of masala in rocket boys, but we are given a very factual reflection of what actually has happened. Fantastic talk, and we are grateful and indebted to whatever your contributions are. Thanks a lot. And incidentally, I'm actually leading a project on building a new payload called InfraSat, which is a infrastructure monitoring satellite, which uses SAR as a primary payload. But it will be a combination of optical and SAR payload. That's the work. I will get in touch with you.
Fusion is required.
Fusion is required. As you said, fusion is required. So a lot of things in terms of interpretation, that is where artificial intelligence plays a very critical role. And because you were here, I avoided putting any remote sensing slides today. So I have focused on two other areas, primarily on retail analytics and medical imaging, which are two key projects other than space projects.
We work together now to improve our evaluation. That is how we can survive.
Absolutely. Actually, our CTO met your chairman recently, and we have started the ball rolling in this project.
And all our chairmen, including the president, they are very, very positive, and they want to do something.
No, if they had not laid the foundation over the years, there's no way a company like TCS would have imagined owning and launching a satellite and selling the services to others. So satellite, not everybody can launch.
And the government also with new space policy, they are driving this ecosystem.
Absolutely.
They have
Space is a major effort coming from ISRO. So it is going to take shape.
in space, NSI is there,
Correct.
and ISRO is there, and they do the solar everywhere.
Yeah, so we have been talking to several of these vendors, other technologies and others also, who are all pioneers in this particular area. So to start with,
What I told you, together we can.
yeah, that's the critical part. What is missing is the talent in several of these engineering technologies, and that is where educational institutions actually come in. So in this talk, principal, when he invited me, he said that there will be a lot of students and it has to be introductory. And to be fair, I tried to keep it at a very, very introductory level, covering a few applications in detail, so that you get a flavor of what AIML is, understand the basics of it, and then move on to how to apply and build newer systems in this exciting technology. So first of all, we have to understand what is intelligence. See, there has been a misconception, and there are a lot of people who are talking about robots taking over the humankind and will destroy the earth. A lot of sci-fi movies are also motivated in this particular path. So primarily we have to start with understanding what intelligence is and what's the level of intelligence the computers have today. So the best way to look at that is look at our own intelligence or the human intelligence with respect to artificial intelligence. Currently what happens is we are very, very good in terms of building solutions for complex scenarios. Computers are no way close to these kinds of things. And we are extremely good at adapting ourselves. Like I will be talking about three different applications based on what particular technology. Whereas computers today are actually they're not self-adapting, although there are a lot of theories coming about saying that it will become self-adapt and using reinforcement learning and newer technologies. But the computers are still not there, and they're extremely good at doing clearly defined tasks. And we have to make use of that and to go for the next wave of automation. The whole idea about AI ML playing a major role will be in terms of the next stage of automation. So that is what is the best way to start. And all these things have to converge. Artificial intelligence cannot stand by itself independently and try to deliver results. So there will be lots and lots of technologies that are going to converge in order to deliver the value. So basically, artificial intelligence is one part of it, starting from legal aspects to every other aspect, and also on the hardware that is being used to build, to run these algorithms. All these things will actually coherently play a role in delivering the results. For example, electronic students may be more interested in building a GPU system, what's the VLSI or the VLSI side of it. So this kind of multidisciplinary convergence of technologies would be required to deliver the result. Now, coming to specifics of AI ML itself, artificial intelligence and machine learning itself, what we have to understand is the human intelligence actually spans different levels. We have perception, we have cognitive, and we have decision making. When we have all these three things, they can be efficiently combined to build an application. And this application is actually built on certain type of infrastructure. So depending on the project that we are taking up, it's never a project. With respect to AI, it's always a program. It's a set of projects combined together in order to deliver a value. Otherwise, the investment that you make will not have return of investment at all. What it means is, going back to his own words, Chief Guest talk, what actually happens is cost-effective solutions cannot be built. If you are talking about cost-effective solutions, you have to address perception layer, cognitive layer, decision-making layer. Once you combine all these things and deploy it on the required infrastructure, an application can be delivered. So far, whatever you are seeing, they are all small POCs here and there in terms of artificial intelligence. It has not gone to a level where an entire system has been built combining all these technologies. People are figuring out. So wide-scale deployment is likely to happen in 24. That's what we have been thinking for over 3-4 years. And the technologies are mature for us to realize this kind of thing. So nowadays, anything and everything is being tagged as artificial intelligence. This is a very critical thing for us to understand. Anything. You just add AI to something that exists and it becomes a new product altogether. So first we have to understand how to judge this artificial intelligence, whether something is powered by artificial intelligence or not. That is where we come to Turing test and the Turing test. Turing, as you know, Second World War hero essentially, right? In deciphering the codes of the Nazis. He actually, at the end of Second World War, he proposed this particular Turing test. What does the Turing test say in the first place? You give a task to a human and a robot, and you don't know who is giving the reply. And if the questioner, the person who is questioning, is not able to differentiate and clearly say from whom the answer is coming, whether it is coming from a human or it is coming from a robot, then it means the system has passed the AI test or the Turing test. Right? So the person asks the question, you have a computer respondent, you have a human respondent, and this human questioner is unable to make out who is actually replying. That is when we say that this computer has
pass the Turing test. This is the way it is defined. And in about 1953 or so, total Turing test was actually reset. It's not just in terms of giving a solution that it matters. We also require the system to understand and perceive the environment, to understand the environment, and also do some actuation on it. That is where perception and robotics actually came into picture. So the Turing test was there, you had perception on one side, you had robotics on the other side. All these things put together, that is what determined as total Turing test. So now it's very easy. So if you have a system which surprises you, which is acting exactly like a human, when it happens with ChatGPT, you will not know who is answering at either end of the chatbot. Every web page you open, you have a chatbot which is actually talking to you today. You won't know whether a human is replying to that or a machine is. So the NLP has surpassed the human total Turing test. That is what it actually means. Now, looking at, we mentioned about imaging part, which is very, very critical. Let us not forget, for human beings, our eyes and sight is the primary sensor. About 85% of the decisions that we make is based on our eyes. In fact, this whole room is constructed because either primary sensors, all of you are looking at the screen because we know that all of us can see. That is the way this is created. The entire world is built based on vision as the sensors. So about 85%. So what actually happened was till about 2014, 2015, the detection, imaging, object recognition challenge. Here you had about 1,000 classes, 1,000 different types of images, and the system had to detect which was that image. Like it could be a sunflower, it could be a dog, it could be a cat. This kind of recognition also, consistently in any environment, systems were not able to do. So till about 2014, 2015, that was hard. Beyond 2014, 2015, after deep learning started gaining ground on one side and GPUs started becoming available, it was not good enough. But eventually, in 2015, the error rate touched to 3.57. The same 1,000 images, when they were shown to human beings, the error rate was 4.7%. So the recognition system, the perception system, only detection part. Perception has several things, as you can understand. Only in terms of image recognition, they were able to achieve surpass human level of detection. Which means again, this started asking total Turing test. Another example, I was actually invited to be a chief guest in one of the Keynote talks and chief guest in one of such conferences. Normally, I don't take the responsibility of chief guest, and I didn't know what to speak. So at that time, GPT-2 was there. This was early 2021. GPT-3 had not come. And I started giving some text saying that thanks for inviting me to the conference. That is the input that I have given. And it started generating the text for me. As I changed the text, it was actually giving different kinds of. But GPT-2, it was not good enough. And it was not making sensible speech at all. Just 2 years back, like I could not have taken this particular text, stood on the podium and told it. It would have not made any sense whatsoever. Then the GPT-3 got released, followed by the ChatGPT, which has revolutionized this particular area, which can actually look back and answer very, very complex questions. So, was Jimmy Wales killed during the Tiananmen Square massacre? So, Jimmy Wales is basically the guy who founded Wikipedia, right? It understands, so it gives the answer that no, Jimmy Wales was not killed, and it actually tries to reason out, saying that Jimmy Wales could not have been killed because he was a kid or he was not even born when the massacre happened. And that was a ChatGPT response, and it was spot on. Yeah, it was able to reason out. So it has so much of information and it is able to reason out very, very precisely. One step ahead, we asked, please reply again in the form of a short Shakespearean sonnet. The same thing, it understood the context and converted everything to a song, which can put anybody to sleep. It knew Shakespeare, knew the sonnets that is written, the way it is written. It took this particular information and it started generating the song. So that is the advancement of technology. This is where we say that energy has passed the Turing test. It's very, very difficult for us to make out whether this has been written by Shakespeare or not. And because we know, because then it was, now such reasons can be given. But if they don't know if somebody doesn't know the context, it's very, very difficult to actually make out these kind of things. Now, those were the cognitive and the perception layers. Now, decision making layers. COVID, all of us are very familiar. It's a virus. Virus is a protein. Protein has a structure that is in our body. You give a drug. It is another protein. Your drug is also a protein. What it needs to do is, it's a lock and key arrangement. It just needs to go on, get fixed to that new structure, thereby it nullifies the effect of it. This is the way the drug discovery works. So this is an example of AlphaFold, which was released by Google, which actually predicts the structure of a given drug. This is not a small step at all. People have been experimenting with this. The major bottleneck here is all experiments had to be done physically in the lab to know the structure. And detection of these proteins structure is generally one PhD work. 5-6 years they take. If they are lucky, one of the structures they will be able to propose. So that's slow. With AlphaFold, any amino acid sequence you give, it is able to predict this kind of structure. Very, very accurately it is able to. So the decision making layer also, is actually being critical. All of them at critical levels. Still, it is not a large system where you tell the robot and it figures out whatever needs to be done and it actually puts things together. It is not at that level, but extremely impressive development. Actually, my PhD was in this particular area. We didn't solve the problem, it was solved only in many methods. So that's how we know how difficult this kind of a problem is to solve, and a machine is doing it. It's just amazing. Yet another amazing thing that has happened is generative AI. Gen AI.
Diabetes now, they may conquer that to another 27 years.
Probably.
It is what the news comes.
Yeah.
They are trying to reverse the aging.
Reverse the
Only
aging.
that can happen only by accidents.
Yeah.
By, not by any natural process.
It could be. I don't know. Actually, I don't believe in it, honestly. Right? So, the way, I think it's still a sci-fi. Basically, they are trying to capture whatever is in the brain, store that somewhere and implant it in another place. That is the thought process. But still, that is dying and getting reborn. That is it.
They are telling that aging is because of something getting shorter in the body. And all this AI, even all big people like Google, everything will get involved in that research. And by making it
live for a longer time.
they are telling that aging will be reversed.
Yeah, so that's what. It's just fascinating. Actually, when you get into this kind of an area, the possibilities are unbelievable. It's just extraordinary, basically. So this particular image that you are seeing, when Infosys gave out the Infosys prize, it's a very prestigious prize. It is given to 6 scientists every year who are top of their fields, and it carries around $100,000. It's a very huge amount.
Like a Nobel, right?
Yeah, it's
Indian Nobel.
Indian Nobel, right, essentially. That's the way it is. And they actually put this picture. So you may not be familiar with this kind of a picture, but at least the facade is very clear. This is Benares, and you have the starry nights. So this image was generated by a computer. What was it based on? Actually, a few centuries ago, there was a painter called Van Gogh, and this is the painting he made. And his starry nights painting was the premise. So what was used to generate this particular image was starry night in Benares was the input that was given to the system, and the system was able to generate this particular image. Again, we can easily get deceived that this was generated by a human. It's just difficult for us to imagine that a computer has automatically generated this and that output has been put on the screen. Get another example where total Turing test has been passed. How this has happened over the years, again there was a history of our own space technology that is evolving earlier. Like that, it is important for us to understand this. AI and ML suddenly has not come into existence. Since 40s, people have been trying and there have been yearly AI windows in 17 and 85, 83 actually, where nothing happened, nothing progressed. And today's neural networks that you are seeing was in the late 80s which was proposed. They knew conceptually that this would solve the problem, but unfortunately what happened was we did not have enough compute power to complete this. So they had to wait for semiconductor technology to take off, grow and reach a level where it would actually deliver the results. So what is deep learning and how has the evolution taken place? Another important question. So you take this example, you have a large boiler. This is, let's say, around 10 meters high.
Actually, you told about Infosys right now. One of our lab is there for digital research lab. That was also founded by Dr. Sharma. The director was E. Palmer in the company. He got that.
Oh, that's all. Absolutely. So I actually worked with Suman Chakravarti from IIT Kharagpur. He also was the recipient of the prize. So I went to that particular event and they gave this as a printed material, basically. So if you take this particular boiler, as soon as the temperature goes above 700, switch off the furnace. That is the instruction has to be given. This is the normal, everybody would have done this particular program. But for this kind of a system, how do you insert a thermometer and get the temperature? Which is, so these kinds of issues exist. So a rule-based system, we designed the program. People actually found that this is not scalable to all scenarios. How will you make a machine learn an image correspond to the sunflower with these kinds of tools? It's just impossible. It's not scalable for us. So this was the first set of systems that were developed. Next we became classical machine learning, where the input was given, we hand design the features, mapping from features, and finally get the output. So in this particular use case, instead of putting a thermometer, you put a thermal camera, you get the image, you divide that particular image, you calculate some feature, normalize, create a mapping, draw a hyperplane. So this was the procedure of all the classical machine learning methods. And in this one, mean, entropy, median, whatever they are calculating here, are called the features, and the process of dividing into batches, all this was actually called feature extraction. And drawing the hyperplane actually was the function of machine learning itself. So this is the classical machine learning procedure. In deep learning, what happened was this hand design features was creating a problem. So we had to have experts to develop these kinds of features, which is very, very cumbersome. And most of my career I have actually grown up doing this particular thing very, very hard. That is when deep learning took the center stage. So we give a set of input, you give what the output is, and these features are automatically calculated. It's sophisticated algorithm. This is not the place to actually get into the details of what kind of algorithm. So I skipped that particular part. So there is some sophisticated algorithm and infrastructure that we use in order for deep learning to learn, to go from given input data, how do you get the output. So everything is hidden. And one critical thing that we need to know is, if you look at the biological evolution of our brain, within the brain also, when the light enters the eyes and hits the retina and then it goes to occipital lobe, exactly similar procedures happen. Now we know, although the intention was not that, we did it very mathematically, but once you see what are the features extracted, like you see you have some different colors here, you have different rows and columns. Actually these two things are combined together to form a circle in the next layer. So as you go from layer to layer to layer, the complexity of what it learns increases. So when you have a very, very deep network, like the results I showed earlier, there is a 152 layer deep network. So different complexities, the image recognition is also learned. The feature space has actually expanded, and all these things not by somebody sitting and creating the features, instead it happens automatically. So the drive is, as I mentioned, faster machines and both CPU and GPU availability has increased enormously. Then we have lots of data. It is not like before at all. And the new models and algorithms that have come up, they are extraordinary. So the companies which are driving it, they don't exist in India. I think that is what we need to focus on a little bit at this stage. The ISRO was there, so they pioneered in that, and they're able to do all these things. Yeah.
A lot of value.
Absolutely. But if you look at Google or all the key players, Meta, Facebook, or all these companies, they're not Indian companies. So we have become the consumers of AI tools that they are building, but it is important for us to establish that long story just the way ISRO was established in this particular area also. AI is going to take over. The truth is that's the nature. So it's very important that we actually focus on these aspects.
And not only the for our mission and everything,
Planning.
we need lot of visualization tools.
Yes.
All tools are by foreign players.
Absolutely.
So here also we have the talent. Only thing somebody who can guide, who
Orchestrate.
basic fundamental
That's
knowledge,
it.
it gets developed.
Correct. So if you're not hearing what he's saying is lot of the tools that ISRO uses today, they in fact happen to be developed in the West. And it is bought, and those things are actually used. They are not Indian software or Indian simulators that are currently being used. Which is again an unfortunate scenario. They are giving you a podium to build a system. The fundamental units for building a system also has to be indigenized. Otherwise, this is not going to fly. There was an age where we were dependent on others, but I think there is enough talent within India to build these tools also today.
And our new chairman has given me mandate, even the motors, DC-DC converters, these things also most of them we import. Even though we have capability.
Yeah, so again, it repeats. So I wanted to take a Canon hyperspectral camera, and I started giving the specifications and search for it. Canon hyperspectral camera is not exported to India. So even if I want to send a payload with high resolution hyperspectral camera, I will not be able to do it because that is not exported. So unless we build our own capacity in creating this, where nanotechnology plays an important role, we will never be able to achieve what we hope for. So in terms of service manifestation, as I mentioned, currently we are in artificial intelligence, and we have two more steps to go: general intelligence and super intelligence. Far away. On the right side, you see, if it is divided into 7 stages, we may be somewhere halfway through the stage 3, domain-specific aptitude. But we have a very, very long way to go, and the kind of technology that is required to solve the problems, it is elsewhere. It's not, I don't think we have achieved. Frankly speaking, the AI/ML CS courses that were created was not just from the perspective of creating more seats or something like that, but there's a genuine need. Today, even in the IT industry where AI/ML is very, very vastly deployed, it is very difficult for us to find the right people with the right talent in AI/ML to get the work done. We know what to get done, but I have to tell it to somebody and get it executed. Today, the talent doesn't exist. And hopefully, the next generation who are going through these courses, they will be able to shape it. How much time do I have? Huh? I will now move on to 2 specific applications. See, now it is called drive in terms of the fundamentals, how things have grown. I thought we can actually give some insights showing certain examples, very specific examples, as to how we have used AI to create a system, and we have actually sold this. This is in the market what we have done. So this is on e-commerce marketing specifically. So all of us have used Amazon's, Flipkart's, and all these things. A lot is happening in the background. Before you can see that particular product on your Amazon page or Flipkart page, a lot of things need to happen. So what are those things? Right? So attribute matching. So when you open a product of your choice, you are reading quite a few things that are actually coming about the product in your system. Who has input this? Currently, everything is manual. So a product is generated, the attributes about that product, how big it is, what is the size of that product, what is the color of that product, what are the features of this product, all these things are manually input, essentially. Similarly, in terms of short type, you see somebody wearing a particular cloth, and you don't know what type of shot has to be shown to what type of customer. My grandmother won't like how I want to look at a particular product. So there is a customization that is required, and we need to understand what the shot types are. Similarly, background color detection and removal, then model consistency. If this model is a fashion model, whether the model is consistent enough, so you cannot go to Africa and show an Indian face. There's no relevance. Nobody will buy such a product. So what are those consistencies? How do you detect that whether the pose is correct, whether the person is what race does the person belong? Similarly, you have videos. You give a set of videos, and you should know whether this video can be populated, essentially. If the video can be shown to the public, if there is any problem with the video. So the consistency check is that. Similarly, department classification. So I input a product. So you go electronics, laptops, Lenovo. Who has done all these things? So that is the department classification part. Attribute extraction. So you give something as input, which should say what is the apparel type, what is the neck pattern, what is the sleeve length. All these things are manual today. So this system, what we developed, was essentially to automatically do all these things. What effectively the outcome is. So it used to take 40 days to onboard a particular product. Now, in less than 2 days of time, with AIML, we are being able to do it very, very quickly. That is the critical thing of AIML. AIML has a role to play, how to use it, where to apply it, what kind of infrastructure has to be provided. This is our responsibility. That is what we need to understand. So if you look at the video, this is for similar product search. This is also what you would have done, but a lot of things are happening. You select a particular product, and once you upload it, the system will suggest other recommendations. Something you have chosen this, you may like all these things. So this recommendation system is very, very critical. I am showing you with this pattern. Imagine Netflix, YouTube, anywhere. The recommendation systems are very, very critical. That is what gives, you will get to see that, you would have used it, but this is such a system that automatically the recommendations are provided. Yet another very interesting use case, product copy generation is also very critical. Like Shakespeare's sonnet that I showed earlier, it is important for us to understand this particular part. So I input the image, and you think that somebody is actually typing all the details about the product. Now what happens is, I give this image, this output is automatically generated by the system. So as you can see, step into the almond shape pose, when they read the ankle straps. It's quite complex. It's not like you have a specialist sitting there. The AI system is able to generate this kind of thing. So you input an image and automatically the text is also getting generated. That's how sophisticated the systems are today. And this is one manifestation that we have created within TCS. Amazon's and these guys, they have a lot of infrastructure, they have a large company who can invest in building this. Just imagine the retailers, the road corner shops, they cannot employ AI engineers, but they require these kinds of tools. That is where companies like ours actually come in. where we create these systems and that it actually creates a level playing field. So we sell it as a service, they will make use of it and they will be able to, there are several such customers who are in this one. The top 3 customers can invest on AI/ML engineers who are very, very expensive in the market today. Rest of them, they use these kinds of solutions. How is all this done? What we have to understand is we have technology at play, data and intelligence at play, process and people at play, new ways of doing things. All these things have to be effectively combined. So it is not one algorithm. Somebody is developing an algorithm, writing a paper, that is not the end of it. Only when we combine all these things, we will be able to operationalize it. When I say hyper-ops, that is what I am getting to eventually. I am talking about the hyper-operations where technology becomes a small part of the physical automation. The supplementary goes in a very optimal in question we normally answer and we giving you the research culture without thinking about there are many different there are various fields that mapping is done. Intelligence we need to focus on. See, computer vision that I am working on, clarity on where to focus on, where to put. There are fantastic Gartner videos available for these things. You can have a look at it on the black box model. You give an input, a human being, and you say, what is the reinforcement learning part? Today, this is not good enough. We have to fine tune the system. So that kind of reinforcement device or the exit search, so the decisions are made. Five of you is very much personalization. Like you say that this is what I want, this is the shape I want, your 3D printer is able to do it today. It's happened because computers started expertise in moving to operations only around 3%. They have a lot of opportunity actually comes into the question. That is what a language interface actually comes into the picture. Domains and trustworthy systems are very critical. Operations are important, and how operations is what where opportunity lies in the company. They are very good on these reports covering this. Program is sure that all these different expertise that exist, they are able to bring it together in ISRO. Many such organizations are able to, and for AIML particularly, it's a must.
It's like we need them, they need us. Together we are yes. Make it forward in a big way. Thanks a lot.
Any questions from the audience? Good morning, sir. Sir, my question is today. First, my question is to Dr. Ramanagowda, sir. Sir, in our country, regarding the space research architecture, so in this space research archaeology, in this area, how much the advances will take place? And then, yes, to our time.
Actually, the research has happened because without that it is not possible to develop a market engine. Unless you do fundamental research and understand the intricacies of that, it is not possible. And same is the case in satellite also. But
Then question in space archaeology. In year 2019, Sarah Parak came to India
She was the one who is working on space research. Okay, space research archaeology. Means ನಮ್ಮ ಮಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ನಮ್ಮ buildings, temples ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಬರಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. So ಅದನ್ನ using the space images and some extra special drone cameras, they are capturing and they are giving it to AI machines to learn about it and to extract the buildings, whether the building exists beyond the debris or not. So ಇದು ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ ಮಾನ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಆಚೆ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 2020. ಸೊ ಆದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್.ಎಲ್.ಡಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿಯ ಕ್ಯಾಮರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಡ್ರೋನ್ಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಐ ರೆಡ್ an article in which the ISRO is ready to help in that aspect. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾಹಿತಿನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
Sorry, I didn't hear your question properly. See, here also I am aware that some archaeological dispute and this thing was settled by ISRO. It was referred to ISRO and we provided the required information from our remote sensing satellites and this thing. But I am not finding anything happening in a big way. So it has to further improve.
What are the measures taken by ISRO regarding the space debris? Now it is a big issue, the space debris.
Actually, we want everybody to contribute in this because we don't know to whose mind a bright idea will come. See, we may be thinking this is the idea and this is the most cost effective thing, but somebody may find the right solution. But we also have started in a big way. We have established one separate vertical in ISRO called Space Situational Awareness. That is basically to assess what kind of debris is already there, assess it, track it. We have established system to track it. And when you launch a new satellite and all, there is a worldwide directive that once its function and usefulness in space is over, because everybody is launching. If you see Alumni, he has a plan to launch 40,000 satellites. Already he has launched 4,000 satellites. So space is getting filled and cluttered. So if it continues like that, then also accidents will start happening. So you have launched a satellite, you don't know how long it will maintain there. So there also you have to come up with technologies like you have autonomous driving cars on this Earth. So like that, autonomously spacecrafts which can make an assessment how far away they are from the neighboring object or debris and how they have to avoid collision. And with that, again they have to move in the orbit because to provide the service what they are planned for, they have to move in a particular orbit. Then only they can provide the service. So while moving, when all intelligence, all this AI, ML, everything will come. We have started in a big way. And anyway, government has opened up the space sector. New space officers come and they are helping, they are enabling and making our knowledge, expertise, everything available to them at no cost or nominal cost. So that is why I told in my speech also, the ecosystem and environment is very good. So more and more people should come forward to come and play and contribute in this. It is happening.
Sir, and basically we also ತುಮಕೂರಿನವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ HMT ಇದೆ, ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನ್ ಮಿಷನ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಇಸ್ರೋ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ತುಮಕೂರಿನ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಇಸ್ರೋ ಇಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ?
HMT land ISRO ತಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ we are planning to build our solar cells manufacturing facility there. So in collaboration with one foreign vendor called Azure Space, we are planning to bring up a solar cells manufacturing facility. Solar cells are required for our satellites. Power generation, basically the working energy and power is from these solar cells.
batch students. They are all first year and second year students. As AI is a new domain in the current scenario for these students, so for take up AI, what should be the basics? Means basics mathematics irbodu, ಅಥವಾ physics irbodu, ಅಥವಾ EC department ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಏನು ಓದ್ತಾರೆ? What should be the basic on which should be they are strong? ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನಿಪುಣತೆ ಇದ್ರೆ AI ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
I don't know why you shouted. It's strange actually. So, yeah, see, fundamentally, any computer science branches of logic and math. So, personally, I think that at least the current generation of algorithms, they require linear algebra and probability as the basics. So, if we are firm in linear algebra and probability as the two math subjects and develop the logic around it, I think that will be good enough. That's what I personally think.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon all. I'm very happy for conducting this session, it's an international conference. And also I'm very happy to introduce the first batch students of RLJIT Institute of Technology who are all working in US. Just I want to share their experience and I request all the alumni to share experience. Please ma'am. They are the first batch students of RLJIT.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deepthi, and as sir mentioned, so we were the first batch of RLJIT. And very frankly, 2001 we joined, 2005 we passed out. Yeah. Okay, so frankly speaking, it's such a proud moment. Maybe. It was frankly speaking, it's such a proud moment to see our college progress so much under the able leadership of our Reddy sir. So most of us, from the first batch, our association with Reddy sir goes a long way, and it has just been continuing to inspire us not just during our college days, but even till date. Be it on the studies front or a personal front, he's just the pillar of support. And all of you can just imagine that even after so many years, people are coming back just to visit sir and get his blessings to continue on our we are extremely indebted to him, and I feel all of you are very, very lucky to have a person like him as your lecturer, because the most apart from his academic excellence, he's the most sweetest, genuinest, and the most humblest human being. So no matter where we reach in our lives, in spite of maybe the professional success and whatever, but as a human being, what you are is what really matters at the end of your life. Not just right now, but he's the best human being that we've seen so far. The most humblest person. He's achieved so much, and he's someone who walks the talk, not just gives big lectures. So the way he has improved his skill sets and his ability to learn from every single person he meets, and his humility, it's wonderful, marvelous. We meet so many people in the corporate, so many big CEOs, directors. I don't think I've ever been inspired by any of them as much as I'm Reddy sir. Dedicate thanks to him, and we would just like to take a small moment to participate.
Thank you very much. See, as a teacher, that this is the thing we expect from all of you. The gratitude towards the institution, gratitude towards your teachers, gratitude to your parents, okay? And thank you very much for your inspirational words. And the whatever words you say, is it even just one person if our students follow, definitely they will be somewhere else. Okay, thank you very much. And I invite, sorry, I forgot the names. Shubha. So that's Shubha.
Namaskara, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just a bit nervous, but yeah. You can see me, right? So yeah, my name is Shiva. Currently, I was, as VP mentioned and Sir mentioned, we are the first platinum batch of this college. I passed out in 2005, and currently I'm in the US, working for Deloitte, US. To say I'm very nostalgic today because I'm back to my college after these many years, and our Srinivas Reddy sir, which I was like his busmate, stockmate, and he was my lecturer, which we eventually realized. We thought he was a student, but and we eventually realized he's a lecturer. So we were so glad to have him as a lecturer because there were two people with same name, with same surname. So we was like, we already know one Srinivas who's the other Srinivas Reddy is here. So yeah, and I would like to say like the inspiration, the dedication, and his commitment towards his work is what drives us to continue what we are, and we are here. It's because of him. So the kind of calmness and the kind of the vibes he has towards the students is incredible, I would say. He's an amazing person as a human. I really believe like we have to be human first, then we can achieve our destination wherever we want to be today. So students, focus, don't get distracted with whatever the technology you see nowadays. I know I have my little ones who is always attached to the devices. So this is the most incredible time you get to spend, that is yours, no matter what. No one can, just snatch this from you. So make use of the time, what you have, because in our days we didn't have these devices, so we didn't have these distractions, but I see now there are many distractions around you guys, so just focus, dedicate, have your time, and just make use of where you want to be. Please dream big, and you're gonna achieve where you want to be one day. So I really, he's a commendable job what he's doing now, and he's reached heights where even I couldn't imagine. So I'm really incredible to Srinivas Reddy sir and all my lecturers who were there during our days. So really thank you sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. See, the way she is expressing, really, nobody can experience that feeling, the happiness what she is getting now. And the same thing, see, maybe you people may not be serious now, but in future, definitely, just I want everyone to be like that, okay, to share your experience in the college where you study, okay. And I request, ma'am, just a few minutes, okay, just share your experience.
Hello everyone, I am Navya. We were the first platinum batch, and I think we had the best time and best teachers we could ever have. They have inspired us so much. I think today we are what we are because of all what they have given. Every single lecturer, I think they have given us a very good foundation, and they have inspired us so much. They have always put us in the right path. They have always told us, focus on your achievement, and they were always our backbones. They were available, and as Deepthi and Shubha said, even today we'll reach out to them. If we have any questions, if we are feeling down, if we need inspiration, if we need anything, they are always there. I think you're all very lucky to have him or have all your lecturers. And in our days, I think we had less facilities, But still, where we are, it's because of lecturers and teachers like Srinivas Reddy sir. And today you have so many more things. So make right use of things you have and achieve something in life. That's what I will say. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Shubha. See, I don't know what about others. Really, I'm feeling very happy and like I'm flying just because of their words. And sir, next program you have.
Thank you, everyone. I would like to welcome our session chair, Dr. Rajaratnam, Dean, Computer Science, Presidency University. And I would also like to welcome Dr. Savita Chaudhary ma'am, Professor, Department of CSE, Sir M. Vishweshwaraya Institute of Technology, Bangalore. I would like to request Hanumanta Gowda sir to offer them his welcome. I would like our HOD of CSE Department, Dr. Maurice, to offer to Dr. Vijay Kumar. I would also like to welcome our Shubha PM ma'am, Deepthi MD ma'am and Navya B ma'am, who are our proud first class students and our esteemed alumni and the green card holders. They are here today with the efforts of our beloved Dr. Srinivas Reddy sir, Director, Academics and
Now, I would like to request our dignitaries to felicitate our chief guest, Ramana Gowda Vinada Gowda sir, Deputy Director, Integration and Checkout Area, UR Rao Satellite Center, ISRO, Bengaluru. Keynote speaker, Mr. Jayavardhan Murthy sir, Principal Scientist, Tata Consultancy Services, Bengaluru.
Dr. Srinivas Reddy, sir, Director, Academics and R&D, to both of vote of thanks.
We would like just to felicitate our Srinivas Reddy sir. So I hope you'll all, appreciate that. It's an honor.
I request Dr. Srinivas Reddy to express the vote of thanks.
ಏನಾಯ್ತು ನಾವು ಲೈವ್ ಎಲ್ಲ 9 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಷ್ಟೇ
Respected dignitaries, of today's August gathering, HODs, section heads of various departments, both the teaching and non-teaching staff members of this esteemed institution, and my dear student friends, a very good afternoon, one and all. Sorry, I forgot to greet you and the special invitees who made today a very colorful, vibrant, with Deepthi, Navya, Shubha, who came all the way. So two are residing in the US from past 12 years plus. They are almost citizens of US. So that is the reason, okay, why they have come today? So it became international conference, that's what. That's what. Okay, now coming to the... So it's my pleasure to propose vote of thanks on this August gathering. Friends, there is a quote by Henry Ford: "Coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success." So I think we followed and are following all these attributes throughout, so in making any event successful in all the aspects. So I take this opportunity to express my gesture of gratitude who are connected and associated with this international conference that we organized. Firstly, I take this opportunity to express my sincere gesture of gratitude to our Honorable Chairman, Vice Chairman, Secretary in their absence, who are constantly motivating us in all the aspects. I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Ramanagowda N. Nadagowda sir, for his excellence. He has given a wonderful overview about the ISRO and satellite communication now. So grateful to you, sir. So he is the Deputy Director at ISRO, Bangalore. Now I wish to extend my sincere thanks to one more keynote speaker and guest of honor, Sri Jayavardhan Gubbe sir, who is the Principal Scientist at TCS, Bangalore. Thank you, sir, for making your time to come and grace this occasion with a valuable message. I wish to extend my sincere thanks to Anagonda Biradar sir, who is also from TCS Bangalore. Thank you for your gracious presence and concern, sir. My sincere thanks to Dr. Rajaratnam, Dean, Computer Science and Engineering of Presidency University, for its gracious presence and contribution in this regard. And I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to our own ex-colleague, Dr. Vijay Kumar, who is the professor at Niti Meenakshi Institute of Technology, Bangalore, who has come as the session chair for today's conference. Thank you, Professor. So I wish to extend my sincere thanks to all other jury members, all other session chairs who are present here on this auspicious and notable occasion. I wish to extend my sincere thanks to our respected principal, so who is like prime mover in driving all the activities, so motivating us throughout. Thank you, sir. So I wish to extend my sincere thanks to our vice principal, Dr. K. Suprasad sir also, so who is constantly supporting in all the aspects. And all the HODs who are constantly striving towards the excellence and taking the institution to the new heights. So I would like to express my gesture of gratitude to all of them, name by name. Thank you all HODs. And all other senior professors, the teaching and non-teaching staff members who are connected in this conference, with respect to this conference. So I express my sincere gratitude for our excellence, deep dedication, constant support in all the aspects of involvement. So it's making us to do more and more. And last but not the least, the press and media and all others, particularly the participants from the various institutions from different states. So I take this opportunity to express my gratitude for your concern and presence on this notable occasion. Also, my sincere thanks to all the students who made this a very different and what I can say notable in all the aspects. You made it. You have shown the interest to have the active participation throughout. So we appreciate your concern. Thank you, one and all. So I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to all others who directly or indirectly supported. So in making this success a grand success and notable in a smooth and successful way, what I can say. So that in short notice of time you planned it, even then with the cooperation of all of you. So we feel you made it very successful in a smooth way. So thank you one and all. Please take care and have a nice time.
Thank you, sir. Now I request the participants who have not registered, please register your presence in the registration counter. I request the participants that the lunch has been arranged.